Trouble sleeping? Welcome to Seeking God with Leah Klein, Health and Wholeness Coach. And our verse for today is Psalm 4:8. In peace I will both lie down and sleep. For you alone, O Lord, make me dwell in safety. So if you're having trouble sleeping, why are you not sleeping? Uh, Admittedly, sometimes we have physical things going on that can be causing us not to sleep. Caffeine can be one of those things. And I know from personal experience that it doesn't have to be, depending on the person, a large amount of caffeine. It can be eating chocolate. For me, getting too much of that late in the day and too often, I can't eat it daily, um, makes me wake up in the middle of the night. And so that's obviously a physical cause. That's something you can do something about by cutting back on your chocolate consumption. And obviously, teas that have caffeine, coffee. Coffee is not necessarily the best thing for you because it's pushing your adrenals to, get you going and stuff, and it's artificially, pumping you up, and then you need more and more of it. But that's the whole addictive nature of it. But that's the physiological side of it. But we're particularly talking about the feeling of safety, the worry about tomorrow. Do you find yourself not sleeping because your brain isn't shutting down and you're catastrophizing? You're thinking worst possible case scenario of what could possibly go wrong that probably won't. And instead of what we're called to do in our verse here, and we're called to lie down and sleep. Why? Because God has our backs. God is the one who keeps us safe. God is the one who is why we can, no matter where we are, we can turn off everything and go, okay, I need rest right now. I just need to rest because you do. Physically, you do. You cannot go without sleep. We have to have it. And there's a whole list of things that sleep deprivation can cause besides just car accidents and, not remembering things you did, things like that, which is also a side effect of sleep medication. But side note, the necessity of sleep is something that, like I talked about last week's video, is a necessity, just like rest is, having a rest day during the week. We need a rest every night too. And our bodies were created to need that. Now, it's very possible our heavenly bodies will not need to have all this sleep and all this, downtime and everything else, but that's not the body you're living in. I know that's not the body I'm living in, and I'm pretty sure it's not the one you're living in yet either, or you would not be listening to this. And therefore, your body needs 7 to 8 hours, more than likely, or you're not going to be very functional. Uh, I know I sure as heck am not. So, um, and if you find yourself wrapped up in things, yes, you can try some magnesium. You can try taking like some melatonin to supplement small amounts and, to help you shut down if necessary. But ultimately, you want to give God your worries before you go to bed and don't take them back again the next morning. Let Him do what He does best, and that's be in control of whatever's happening. That no matter what happens, He will never leave you nor forsake you. And so if something bad, in our view of thinking, happens, that you will still be okay. Everything will work out, whether in this life or the next. And side note, if you're praying for healing for yourself or somebody else, lots of times they do get healed, but they get healed in the next life and not in this one. And so it wasn't that the prayer didn't get answered, because if they're a Christian, if they go to be with Jesus, they just got instantly healed. All those health issues, they no longer have. All the trouble sleeping and everything else, they no longer have. But that doesn't mean you speed up the process to get there. You let God be God and Him number your days and tell you when, okay, it's time for you to come home. But in the meantime, give Him your worries and don't take them back. And if you're having trouble hearing God, let me show you why that might be happening and how to connect more deeply with Him with my free ebook, Seeking God. And that's available at healthturnaroundcoaching.com/seeking-God. The link's in the show notes. And I want to wrap up our time with, oh God, our help in ages past. As a reminder that if He's helped us in the past, He can certainly help us in the present and in the future. So if you know it, feel free to sing along. If not, feel free to just listen. O God, our help in ages past, our hope for years to come, our shelter from the stormy blast, and our eternal home. Under the shadow of Thy throne still may we dwell secure. Sufficient is Thine arm alone, and our defense is sure. Before the hills in order stood, or earth received her frame, from everlasting Thou art God, to endless years the same. 1,000 ages in Thy sight are like an evening gone, short as the watch that ends the night before the rising sun. Time, like an ever-rolling stream, bears all its sons away. They fly forgotten as a dream and dies at opening day. O God, our help in ages past, our hope for years to come, be Thou our guide while life shall last and our eternal home. Let that be your prayer today. And I will see you next week with another verse. See you then.